Hi, in this video we're going to take a look at Betmix Pacecast. This is a new widget we've added to BirdDog, and to get this on your screen, just click on the options button up here, and then you would scroll down and check it to display it, and it'll pop up there for you. It's real easy to use, and what this is doing is it's looking at all of the pace data for the horses in the race and trying to forecast where they're going to be running, who's going to be on the lead early, who's going to be running in the middle and the late part of the race. And of course E1 is the early part, that's right out of the gate, and up to E2 the middle of the race, and then the late pace. And so all you have to do is click this play button. You're going to see these animated chicklets that correspond to these horses over here, and this gives you the computer's estimate of how the race is going to be run. So up here in the upper right corner you can see that it's on late pace. If I start this over, you're on E1 right now, so in the early part of the race 3 and the 6 are out front. In the middle the 3 is going to kind of extend its lead over the 6, and then towards the end the 1 and the 2 are going to be running. Maybe they'll catch the 3, maybe they won't. But this isn't necessarily to say this is exactly how the race is going to be run. Now what you want to look for here is where horses are moving in different parts of the races, and certainly in the beginning of the race, who is most likely to jump out to the lead. And so this is a tool that you want to use in conjunction with your other, with all the other tools we have in Betmix, whether you're looking at mixes or you're looking at the quick handicapping or however you typically handicap, and kind of compare the two to see if it lines up with what you're thinking. And if you didn't have a real good idea or had no idea of how the race may unfold, this is a good way to get a pretty solid prediction for that. So again, it's real easy to use. Just click the play button. You can stop it at any point, and you can kind of check it out and see where horses should be at any point in the race. One other thing I want to point out to you here, and we'll look at last year's Derby. Sometimes you'll have a horse it says missing pace data, and that's always going to be the case with obviously a first-time starter in a maiden race who doesn't have any pace data. There's no way to predict how they're going to run. But in other cases like this, where you had a shipper coming, this was Mubtahij coming from Dubai and England. He has no pace data at all in his past performances. Nobody collects pace data in those racing jurisdictions, and so obviously we don't have it either. So when you see that at the bottom of the screen here, don't discount that horse as not having a chance. Just make sure that you understand that it's just not being forecast because the data is not there. And I think you'll run into that probably again in this year's Derby with Lanny or maybe some other horse, but I think it's Lanny who's coming from Dubai. So keep that in mind, and again, it's real easy to use. Click the play button, and we are going to be making some enhancements to this. We've already gotten a few suggestions that are pretty good, and we know that we'll get a few more. So let us know what you think about it, and we'll try to make it we'll try to improve it as much as we can. Appreciate it. Bye bye.